end up being so overwhelmed by the goal itself that I end up not doing anything. I'm so excited for this one. I haven't recorded a sit down in a minute, so I'm very excited. I hope I'm not sitting out of focus because I'm gonna die. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, what is up? My name is Laura. Subscribe to the family. We're lit. Period. So if you're a new subscriber here, please do subscribe. I promise you will enjoy staying with this family and joining this family. And then if you are returning to a baby family member, I love you and I appreciate you. So today we are talking about a very important topic, which is if you feel like you haven't had a good start to the year, if you feel like you're falling behind, if you feel like everyone is making goals and setting goals for themselves, and you feel like the pressure to do that has actually made you stagnant, and this is the video for you to actually help you into actually starting the year, even if it's kind of late. So if you're interested in hearing about that, then definitely make sure you subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 easy steps that you can follow to actually start this year, even if it was a late start for you. Now I want to assure you that it's never too late to start anything. If anything, not starting is the problem. So even if you start late, even if you arrived late, even if you feel like you started late, because I feel like it's only a feeling, honestly. No one can define time except for you. No one can define someone's path except for you. So if you feel like starting, if you feel like it's the right time to be starting, then start. So I'm just here to tell you that I just have a few easy steps for you to get going and actually start doing what you love without feeling pressure. So the first step that I'm going to share with you guys, I feel like is the most important step of this video, is to have a session with God, to actually talk to him. Now I want you to do a reflection with God and actually just go through the last year with him. Just discuss what you appreciate, what you would like to see being an area of improvement in your life. This is you having a conversation with God and finding out from him what gifts he gave you in that year and misfortunes you had in the last year, and just talk to him about it, be open about it, and I feel like he will give you very great insights, not only for the following year, but he will show you the lessons that you had to learn, if there were any lessons to learn in the previous year. So I think it's very important to go to the knower of all and inquire from him and find out from him. Now I'm not saying this is supposed to be a one-day thing. It's very important for you to talk to God on a daily basis. The biggest favor you can do for yourself is finding out from the one being that is all-knowing. So you need to find out from him what he has planned for you and pray to him and ask him that, can everything that I do, can everything that I plan coincide with your plans for me? Because at the end of the day, you, Lord, made me, you, Lord, created me, and you, Lord, ultimately know the desires of my heart. You know my purpose. So I think it's important that even if God doesn't tell us everything and doesn't reveal everything about what is about to go on in our lives, it's really important to just go to him and talk to him about it. And I feel like from experience, God reveals your purpose in bits and pieces based on what you love doing. So I think constantly just communicating with him, constantly showing him what you love and telling him and being open with him and actually having a relationship with the all-knowing God is very important. So step number 2 of this video is to get yourself a journal. Okay, now with just this journal, I want you to first I'm going to give you like a series of like a few steps that you need to follow in order for you to make this journal very effective and beneficial. First step to reflecting, you're going to identify key areas of your life. So this could be, for example, in my life, my education, my relationships and friendships, my health. So you're gonna identify components that are important, key components of your life, and under each of those components I want you to write the subtopics. What I did this year that made me happy towards this key component of my life, what I feel like I didn't do so well, and then what I would like to improve. So under these subtopics, I'd like you to write not more than like 4 sentences, to just write and reflect on how those areas of your life looked like in the last year. And then after doing that reflecting, I want you to make goals. Now I'm someone that is very guilty of like making humongous goals, such that when it comes to me actually acting on them and having to, you know, act on them, I end up being so overwhelmed by the goal itself that I end up not doing anything. So this is something I'm guilty of, and I know it's so easy to like want to write like, you know, big goals for yourself, because at the end of the day we all want the best for ourselves. But now what I've learned is that the simpler it is, the better, right? So I want you to set your goal based on a 3-month period. Now I feel like this is the most important part of like goal setting, is make the goal as simple as possible, right? So for example, if you make a goal such as to keep fit this year, the less specific you are about the goal, the more you will not actually like follow through with it, because it's not specific. It's like a general goal. And I know what I'm saying is true, because I've seen it in my life. You know, when you set like super generic goals, and when you like go through it daily, you're like, okay, keep fit. So the more specific you are, the highly likely you are to like follow through with that goal. So for example, if you're writing under you're making a goal under your health key point of your life, you could say go to gym 3 times a week so that I work on my glutes, for example. Or if you're someone that's trying to like lose weight, you could say go to gym 3 times a week so that I lose maybe like 20 kgs by the end of 3 months. So when we make the period of our goals short, we are actually like pushing ourselves to actually like follow through with that goal and actually follow through with the actions that we plan on doing. Whereas if we make the goal like give it like a lot of time, you're less likely to actually like, you know, do it, because you feel like, oh, I still have time, and then at the end of the year, like, damn, actually I didn't do a lot. So I want you to make goals that are simple, straightforward, and not generalized. Make them super specific under each key point of your life, and I feel like from there you'll be good to go. So that'll be step number 2. Okay, step number 3, which I feel like is also really, really important after you make your goals and you make your vision and you write out your vision, whatever, it's very, very important for you. I think step 3 is to brace yourself. So what I mean by this is I want you to ease into things. It's very easy to want to jump into things and to just like go, you know what I mean? Because I feel like that's the misconception that we have created for ourselves as human beings, is that at the beginning of the year we have to like go and just, you know, when that is really, really bad. We can actually end up like going through burnout at the end of the day. And I feel like people think that when you are being productive and goal-minded, you are doing a lot of things in that time that you've been given, when the honest truth is that if you're doing a lot of things that are not really like productive and not really important towards your goals, then at the end of the day you're just doing a lot of nothing, and you're exhausting yourself doing a lot of nothing. So when I say brace yourself, I want you to ease into things, be mindful of what you're doing, actually reflect at the end of each action that you take. Say for example, after a week, after you go to the gym 3 times a week, you could tell yourself, okay, me going three times a week to the gym, did it help me in any way? Did I see a difference with my mood or anything like that? So that you are able to keep track with what you were doing, and it actually motivates you into doing the goal that you have like set out to accomplish. So when I say brace yourself, I mean take it slow. Don't pressure yourself into actually jumping into it, but like brace yourself, take it slow, so that even as you are doing it, you are not like feeling like it's a task. You are actually enjoying it. You're actually living in the moment, because I feel like that's the most beautiful thing about life, is that if you're trying to do a lot of things at the same time, you actually are missing out on the beauty of life. You're missing out on experiences. So when you brace yourself in the goals you've set for yourself and the vision you see for yourself, you actually end up enjoying it instead of like it feeling like a lot of pressure. I feel like it's not about like the quantity of things you do and like you actually exhausting yourself. It's about the quality of what you're doing. For example, if you are a YouTuber like myself and you are making videos, I feel like the most important thing that I've learned for myself is that it's one thing to make a lot of videos, you know what I mean? It's good for practice, yes, but I feel like I focus mostly on like the quality of my videos, and it actually like pushes me to actually improve, because when I make a video, put out a video, get back the feedback it got, I analyze it. This is me personally myself. I analyze the video, I write what I would have liked to change. I'm mindful of what my viewers liked, you know what I mean? So when I'm mindful of those things, I'm able to improve as the days go by. So now if you're someone that doesn't even like reflect and doesn't even like look at what is going on, at the end of the year you'll just be burnt out, You won't even see the results. You won't appreciate the days you are actually doing something and pouring into yourself. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean when I say brace yourself. Do not rush anything. Do not look outwards or externally. If anything, look internally and see what you love. See if I'm happy about what I'm doing, instead of like trying to reach other people's standards that they have set for themselves. It's okay for them to set standards the way they did, but if you're gonna copy someone's standards and try to live up to that, you're gonna be exhausted, number one, and you won't be happy and fulfilled in yourself, and it doesn't help. Okay, step number 4 of the list today: practice gratitude and contentment. Now, this is very, 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 very important for me in living a content life, a peaceful life, a satisfactory life. It's very, very important to be mindful of the things you have in your life and actually being grateful for the things you have in your life. It's very, very important for you to look around your life and see what you have and see and appreciate that, I actually have resources to actually do what I love. I actually am blessed, you know what I mean? So the more you do that, the more you actually appreciate when you elevate in your life, when you realize that, oh, God has added this and that onto my life, because you started appreciating what was in your life. The little you had, you started appreciating in your life early on. So practicing gratitude for me is very, very important, because I live by the fact that life is very short. So if I'm too focused on the things that I do not have, I'm actually not like living in the moment. But if I'm appreciating what I have, if I actually can make the most of what I have. Say, for example, I'm using my phone to film this video, and in my heart I'm hopeful that one day I will have a camera, but that me not having that camera right now is not stopping me from actually doing what I love, from actually speaking and pouring into people the way that I am. So it's about just being mindful of what you have, being grateful for it, and being content with yourself and what you have. Because I think in our day and age, it's very simple to want what other people have. Now, obviously this happens because we're all on social media, we're seeing people's lives, forgetting that people actually post the highlights of their lives. We don't actually know what's going on in the background, you know what I mean? So again, I think with social media, I think I'm just going to talk about this in another video. I think with social media, you have to have discipline. Don't go there only to consume. For example, if you are a content creator, I will talk about this in another video. If you're a content creator, it's very important for you to be mindful of what you're consuming. Don't only be a consumer, but actually effectively consume, or consume for your own benefit. Are you learning something? Are you taking note of something that would actually help with your own brand? You know what I mean? Don't just consume things and depress yourself and like compare yourself, you know what I mean? So step number 4 before I get off a tangent is to be content, be happy with what you have right now, and be hopeful for the best and pray to God about it. So unfortunately, my phone ran out of recording space, so I decided to just put a voiceover over the 5th step, because I feel like it's very, very important and it just ties everything together. So the 5th step you're going to follow for your new year, even if you started it on a late note, is to basically just change your perception of life. I feel like life is not about being busy and productive all the time and accumulating material things. If you really look at how life is designed, you will notice that we are born into life with nothing. And when you study death as well, you don't even need to like study it that deeply. Surface level, with death, you have to leave everything you accumulate. So why spend a lot of your time being consumed working on accumulating material stuff when you can be working on things that actually matter for your mental health and just your being as a person? So I feel like it's very important to change your perception of life, and when you do change your perception of your life personally, you're able to focus on what really matters to you, what really matters to your happiness, so that you can see that life is not really about being productive. Life is not really about having everything. Yes, it's nice to have beautiful things. Sorry, I have flu, guys. Beautiful things, but let those beautiful things be things that you can share with people, be things that you can use to make memories, you know what I mean, and not just have for the sake of having. So I think that's one of the most important steps, is just changing your perception of life. And I think the practical way of doing this is to meditate a lot and just think about what you want from life, why you feel like you're living, and mostly focus on what makes you happy as a person, you know what I mean? So when you find those things that really, really matter to you the most, to your core, I feel like when you focus on those things, when you focus your energy on those things, when you focus your thoughts on those things, it just makes life a little worth, living. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for everyone. Even if you started late, it's never too late. I want to assure you, life is a journey, different for everyone. We will not be the same. Our journeys will not be the same. And I think that's what makes each and every human being unique. We have to be different in order to make sense. So I love you guys, and I hope to see you on my next video.